Hey guys, how's it going? Sorry. I know I just started coughing right at the beginning of this video, but um yeah, I it's just been rough these past few days. Being sick sucks. Or whatever this is. Um my sleep has been okay. Like actually just fine, which is great. Um but man, like I just kind of the having zero energy um mixed with, feeling crappy, and then my my throat whenever I talk or whenever I'm like existing, I just cough sometimes. So, I don't know. I was hoping today that I would feel good enough to be able to do stuff. Um Again, I didn't record yesterday's stuff uh in the evening. I like I don't I don't know what's happening where like I just keep forgetting. Um I think just I don't know if everyone else feels this way, but like whenever you feel sick, it really just fucks everything. Like it makes you just not want to do anything, even if normally you'd be fine doing whatever it is, but um I don't know. I'm And then of course, we don't have internet at the moment, so that's annoying. It should be fixed soon, TM, but um I've been really thinking about what it is that I truly care about and kind of what I actually want to produce. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like I have so many things I want to do or things that I want to create, and like I like doing these videos. I actually really enjoy making these, talking to you guys and kind of just getting my thoughts out there. Um I thought about my writing, and I'm like, well, I do actually like writing. Um I like storytelling and that kind of stuff. So, I don't know, I feel like maybe I should incorporate some writing back into what I want to be doing consistently. And I like video games. I think there's this kind of barrier for me when it comes to a video game where if if I feel like I'm wasting my time, then I'm just not going to play it, even if it's a good game or even if I like it, because I don't know. I hate the feeling of wasting my time because I know my time is so valuable. And it's I don't know, it's something where as you really start to value your time and see that there is so much you can be doing with your time, it kind of de-incentivizes you to do things that feel like a waste of time, even if maybe they're not, um, in the traditional sense, where it's like if you enjoy video games, playing a video game wouldn't be considered a waste of time because it's something you enjoy. Even though to other people who don't enjoy it or who don't see the reason why you'd want to play a video game, um, they would say, well, that's a waste of time. Yeah, for you. But maybe the person who says a video game is a waste of their time likes building little miniatures for a hobby they have, or maybe they buy little Row Life boxes that you can build little like houses or cute little scenes. That's really whatever hobby you have. You could say, well, that's a waste of time. And it's like technically you're not doing something productive, but you're enriching your soul by doing something that you care about and enjoy, regardless of what it is. So I think that's always important to remember. Um, that enriching yourself and your life isn't a waste of time. You do not have to be on the grind 24/7. You can, but that tends to burn people out. And kind of taking the slow and steady approach to building a life where the work that you do is something meaningful to you. It doesn't have to be meaningful to other people. As long as it's meaningful to you, that's what matters. Your hobbies are meaningful. The relationships around you are meaningful. All of this stuff building and stacking together, that's how you make a life that you enjoy. And I think I gotta blow my nose. I'm gonna pause for a second. Set you guys down. All right, I'm back. It's been a couple seconds, but yeah, I don't know. Like, the only true waste of time is doing something that you hate, that doesn't really fulfill you in some way. Because maybe someone else told you you need to do it, or because society's telling you you need to do something, or whatever it is. Those are the true wastes of time. And I'm not saying that working a 9 to 5 that you dislike is a waste of time in the traditional way if you're trying to get out of it in some way. So, like an example, let's say you we'll say you're working at Walmart and maybe you're stocking boxes in the back. There we go. And you don't particularly like stocking boxes, but also it's not the worst job you've ever had. The hours are, you can, sorry, there we go. The hours, you can pick whatever set of hours you want, and overall, it's an easy job, so you just keep doing it. And you figure, well, it pays the bills, and I can have my life, like I can enjoy the parts of my life that aren't at work. And that's kind of, you've decided that that's just how you're going to live your life. Is that a waste of time? Not really, but also you've kind of settled for a certain lifestyle. And if you're happy with that trade-off, that's fine. But if internally you aren't actually happy with the settling and you want to be doing more, doing something else, then having that job temporarily is fine, as long as you're actually trying to find something that is more fulfilling. And if you're not doing that, why? Like, that would be the first question I would be asking is, why have you or whoever decided that it's good enough to just do this? Why is it good enough? Is it really good enough? Or is there something else that's holding you back? It's stuff I think about where it's very easy to get trapped in a life that is good enough, but not one that you want. Or you listen to other people, and other people will say things like, well, this job is a good job, so even if you don't like it, it's a good job, so you should keep it. And you're like, well, okay. Or, relationships. I'm not a big fan of certain things my partner does. And maybe it's you don't even feel necessarily love for the partner. You're just like, well, I like the partner enough to where I guess this is good enough. And we can get into this kind of trapped mentality of the good enough, where we stop and we let go of pursuing our dreams, pursuing the things that make us happy, and instead we decide maybe we're not good enough, or maybe the thing that you think is good enough is like the second place medal or the participation trophy, where it's like, all right, I tried my best, or maybe you didn't even try your best, but we'll say you tried your best and the dream that you were working on just didn't come to fruition the way you wanted it to. And there's this thing off to the side that's kind of not what you want. Okay, here. I'm gonna use a different example because I think this one's a little bit better. So you go to your favorite restaurant for food, and they don't have your favorite dish. Maybe they're out of a certain ingredient or whatever it is. And so, because you've already sat down at the restaurant, you're like, well, they don't have my favorite dish, but I'm already here, so I might as well pick something else from the menu because it's good enough. This is kind of what I'm referring to. It's this idea of settling because something didn't work out the way you hoped it would. And so instead of getting up and leaving the restaurant and going to a different restaurant, you settle for the restaurant you're currently at and get something that is less than ideal. Maybe something that you're kind of like, the only food I like at this restaurant is the dish that they're out of, and all the other food is kind of mediocre. So you're like, well, they're out of this. I don't, maybe, it's like, it could be like a societal thing, as an example. Like, oh, well, I don't want to look weird just walking out of the store because they don't have, or a restaurant, because they don't have exactly what I want. So you feel pressured to stay. Or, well, they gave me water already, and the server was kind of nice, so I don't want to feel weird or awkward by leaving. There's all sorts of reasons. Or it could be like a friend that you're sitting with, and the friend's like, no, 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 let's not do that. That's weird. And so you listen to the friend. This analogy plays out in reality where we can easily be swayed when something doesn't go our way to give up on getting the food that you really want. And in this case, that's what I'm talking about is food, but I'm using the food as an analogy for your dreams. The things that you love doing, the things that you want to achieve, whatever. And it's hard sometimes to get up from that restaurant and leave to go somewhere else because you don't actually know if you're going to find food as good as the food in that restaurant. You don't know. And so it's scary because it's unknown. So you'd rather pick something lesser that is known rather than going out into the unknown to find something that may be better than the restaurant that you even were going to eat in the first place. But you wouldn't know that if you didn't choose to leave. And this is where people will get stuck and they'll stay in the restaurant. They will continue to eat the same type of food, and maybe 1 out of 10 times they actually get the food that they really want because they're notorious for being out of the food that you like. And so you just put up with it. You put up with this mediocre food because you don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to be that guy or that girl who walked out. You don't want to be judged. You don't this, that, the other. And I think it's it's important to recognize that we do have choices that are outside of that restaurant. We can pick to go somewhere else. And when it comes to our dreams, we can pick to follow our dream, even if it doesn't work out exactly the way we want it to. If you keep working towards that dream, and if you keep evolving that dream as you figure out more and more about what you like, what you don't like, you'll get closer and closer to the life that you actually want to live. And being flexible and allowing for yourself to update that dream as you learn more, as you kind of grow and experience things, is important. So, yeah. I think that's really important to just think about. And sitting around being sick has given me a lot of time to think about this kind of stuff. And really, like, what it is that I care about and won't compromise on. Because there are some things that I won't compromise on. Because I know that they are a part of me and a part of where I currently want to be. I think the traveling was really helpful in figuring out, like, oh, there are certain things that I really liked about the traveling, and there are some things that I would have done differently knowing what I know now. One of the perfect, like, examples of this is I would have gotten a backpack, because a backpack would have been way nicer. Because, like, I understand in retrospect, the backpack is so much more convenient than that tote bag I had. Well, I say tote bag. It wasn't really a tote bag, but it was like, yeah. It's just I don't regret getting it, but I definitely have learned a lot about, like, I definitely want my carry-on to be a backpack. And there's things about the backpack that I value, that I'm gonna want to think about when I pick out the backpack. But yeah. Anyway, regardless, I think this next week is going to be, I'm going to be doing a lot next week. Really, it's as soon as this feeling like shit and feeling sick kind of passes, which I know part of it is at a certain point I just need to go out and do stuff. But this couple days of rest has been really helpful. I have been going a lot. So, yeah. But I need to I need to do a lot of editing today, and I'm like, I don't want to do anything. Oh, maybe I'll just edit today's video, throw it up there, and then at least it'll be up, and I'll give myself one more day. But I also just totally forgot to set the private video to public, so it didn't come out until the morning, but whatever. I'll still get one out today, but all right, I need to get stuff done, so I guess I'll talk to you guys a little bit later today. And this time I'm not gonna forget. It's not an excuse, so I'll make sure maybe when I'm done brushing my teeth, that'll be the next thing is I'll film the evening video. But all right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, it's 9 o'clock. Struggled with no internet. Um, it is what it is. But at least I'm making a video in the evening. I'll have to post tomorrow. I'll post 2 tomorrow. I'm feeling better. Like I have to blow my nose a couple times, but yeah, I haven't really been coughing much for most of the day. And the few times that I did cough, it was like real quickly over. Same with blowing my nose. It's like blow my nose a few times, clear my nose out, and then I'm fine for, a couple hours. So I'm pretty happy about that. So I think tomorrow I'll get everything uploaded, I'll get ahead, and I'll fix the one video. So tomorrow will be just the day of doing all of that. And then I'll be ready for the upcoming week, and I'll start doing some stuff. Here, let me see what the weather looks like. Forecast. Okay, perfect. That actually works out so well because tomorrow there's going to be rain, but then the whole rest of the week is going to be totally nice. So I think things are lining up. So and yeah, I feel bad that things have been a little fucked the past few days. But even though I haven't been feeling great, I've still been recording at least once a day. It's not my normal stuff, but if I think about how I normally act when I'm sick or not feeling well or whatever, I just don't do anything. I don't even do the recording stuff. Well, I mean, last time I was sick, I didn't have recording stuff to do, but I would just hold up in my room and do nothing. So, yeah, I feel like waking up tomorrow, I will be back to 90, 100%. So yeah, I'm not really going to talk too much. I want to get ready for bed, so I will talk to you guys a little bit later. But yeah, this upcoming week is going to be nice. I think there's going to be a lot of hiking and just doing things. So look forward to that. And potentially there's going to be more side content because I haven't done a lot of side content while I was out doing stuff. So yeah, I have a bunch of stuff I want to do. So I guess I'll start working on that. Thanks for hanging in there, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, I guess. All right, bye.